this being a player-led team as much as a coach-led team, can you talk to that a little bit? Because you guys are off to such a fast start, and coaches are constantly saying, "Don't believe the hype. You got to work hard." How are you guys taking that upon yourselves? Not just coaches saying that, but how do you guys treat that as teammates and as players?
Yeah, no, we just, at the end of the day, we're the ones on the field. And we knew that coming in, like, that's going to be the difference between, us and other teams. Like, and not even other teams. I feel like us last year as well, just, trying to make the culture here better. It has to be one of the players. Like, we got to be the ones saying everything, holding each other accountable. We can't always depend on the coaches for every single thing. Because at the end of the day, we're the ones going to war with each other. Like, we're the ones out there in between those lines. So you got to, tell your brother when he's wrong. You got to accept it. And we just got to all just continue to move forward that way.
All right, Adam, you're next, and then we'll go to Jordan.
Hey, Mark, how's it going?
Doing good.
Good. So you kind of mentioned last year. I mean, just how much did you guys learn? Because you guys were in this place last year, 5-0. You guys went 9-0 to start the year before things kind of turned south. So just how much did you learn from you guys who were on the team last year? Learn from that experience about how you need to stick with it each and every week and can't ever really let off the gas or anything.
Yeah, complacency it creeps in, just by one little thing. It doesn't have to be something drastic. And when you let that just hinder around and you don't say anything about it, it turns into that big thing. It translates to every single person, it translates to everything. So we just gotta kill that because I feel like that's what was our problem last year. We got too complacent, feeling ourselves, probably some people listening to the rat poison. But we just gotta stay in, a mode where we're not listening to anything good or bad that any of the outside people gotta say about us. We just gotta keep our head down, work hard every single day. What we do out here on Green Tree every day, that's what really matters.
Have you noticed like a big change in that kind of regard? Because like Jacoby said, Jacoby Thomas, after the FSU game, he said that like he was surprised or like the thing that stood out to him was he walked into the locker room and people were annoyed and upset, like that you guys didn't beat FSU by more, let them back into the game and stuff like that. Have you noticed that kind of that change in attitude?
Yeah, nah, me included. I was definitely, pissed off for how we played that fourth quarter, and because we're better than that. We work hard. We work extremely hard every single day. So that's not our standard. And so yeah, like picking up from last year, I don't know how the team would have reacted to that, but we just worried about this year. Yeah, we have bigger goals. And, we all, like I said, we not trying to be complacent, be too happy about anything. We know what we're trying to do with this season, and shoot, the time is now.
All right, Jordan, we'll go to you.
Yeah, hey Marco, two questions for you. First off, what was it like to get Jordan Lyle back into a game in FSU, and just what does he bring with you and Marty to give you guys three really good backs back there?
Yes, sir. I was just happy to see him, playing the game that he loved. He works extremely hard all the time, and I got his back through anything, any questions he ever has, and he adds just another physical running back. Got some juice to him too. He could take the long run, home runner shot, and he just a new body who knows what he's doing. He could go in there and get the job done. Keep us all fresh.
And then looking at the offense for the first five games, just the way you guys are as multifaceted as you are, you're able to run the ball, have drives where the run game can take over. Carson showed with the Florida State game how you can have the deep ball. You guys can have long drives, quick drives. Just what stands out the most about the way that the offense is operating through five games?
Yeah, if a team tries to stop the run on us, shoot, we could kill them in the pass game. Team try to stop us in the pass game, we're gonna run it down your throat. And if you just try to stop both, I don't think you can. So, man, we all see that. So we just gotta, take it each day, one play at a time, one game at a time, man. We know what this offense could do. We just gotta continue to execute and prove it.
All right, Andrea, we'll go to you.
Hey, Mark, thanks for doing this. Curious from what you've seen on tape, how different is Louisville defensively this year compared to the group that you guys played last year?
They got a couple of new pieces, some guys who could get to the ball, defense, same structure, I believe. Like it's a great defense. They fly around, high effort guys who that they good at. I know they're leading and like bad at passes, guys who key on the football, good defensively, high effort. You know, it's a great group of guys. You can tell they're coached very well, and we just gotta, be able to execute on our part.
So just looking at Louisville's defense, they've had a pretty good start to the year. Just what have you seen from watching them on film this week?
They got a pretty good defense, physical defense as well. I know they have the number 3 defensive edge in the ACC, and I'm just ready to test my skills with them. They're very physical, sideline to sideline type of defense, and I'm really excited for this meetup.
And the last couple of years when you guys have played them, they've been like these shootout games, decided by one touchdown. I think 2 years ago it was 38-31, and last year was like 52-45 or something like that. Just when it's like two offenses just going all out like that, just how fun is that for you guys?
I mean, it's you get more playing time. I mean, with how their offense are really good. I know last year they really striked us on their offense. And the mentality stays that we still gotta be 1 point ahead of them in order to be 1-0. That's all it takes.
All right, Jordan, we'll go to you and then Matt.
Hey, Steve, just curious your thoughts on what's impressed you the most about the offense so far through 5 games. It seems like you guys are able to win so many different ways. You can pound the ball, you can make the deep throws, you can have long drives, you can have quick, flashy drives. Just the versatility and the different ways that you guys have been able to succeed on offense. What has stood out the most to you in that regard?
What stood out to me the most is our receiver core. They done a hell of a job with our offense. They're very physical. One thing that we had last year, and with all the years that we had, is the offensive line are physicals beast. But more than ever now, our receivers are standing up to that standard. Now they're really physical. They come down and block, and they help us push the ball. And that gets me excited. I mean, our receiver core is pretty amazing with doing that.
All right, next we'll go to Matt.
Yeah, hey, thanks for taking the time. I'm curious. I know coaches are always preaching, work hard every game, 1 game at a time. You can't have any let-ups. How much of this team is coach-led sort of versus player-driven now? Do you see sort of the players really sort of taking that onus upon yourselves more so than just, Coach Cristobal saying, watch out for the rat poison?
Yeah. I mean, this team is 100% coachable and 100% player led. If we want to be who we say we are, we got to be player led. And we have a lot of leaders on the team, and we also have a lot of people that we need to help come up to the standard. And that's all part of the game. But yeah, this team has done a tremendous job, with being coachable, not only from the coach standpoint, but also from the other teammates and other players around, being able to take in some of their advice and stuff. And it's all physical, it's all mentality type stuff. So yeah.
All right, next we'll go to Andrea.
Hey, CC, thanks for doing this. A lot of folks around the country have recognized your offensive line as one of the best, if not the best, in the country. I'm curious, at the midway point now, kind of grade you would give the unit as a whole and where you feel like you guys can get better.
Yeah, I mean, those type of stuff, it don't really bother us. I mean, at the end of the day, that title, it doesn't mean anything in the midseason. It always comes out in the end of the season. Man, we don't see ourselves as the best offensive lineman in the nation. We just see ourselves as some dominant guys that want to push the piles and want to finish downfield. And that's all we've been pounding on with Coach Maribel and Coach Cristobal. You just keep doing our job and keep finishing downfield and push the piles.
All right, Tim, you'll wrap us up.
Thanks, Evan. CC, to follow up on Andrea's question, Mario said a bunch of times this year when he gets asked about the play of the O-line in particular, he starts to say something really good or something really nice, really complimentary about you guys, and then he stops himself and he's like, these guys don't want to hear that. What is it about your group that knows the praise is out there for you guys, and you guys just don't care about any of it.
Just like how Coach Chris Ball talked about it, it's rat poison. There's people that keep praising us and stuff, and then some people will praise us, and then if once we do wrong, they'll take us down. It's the same thing. But those rat poison, we don't allow those praise to get into our head. And, that's when players start getting comfortable. We always play on the edge, and that's how we want to do the whole season.
Thank you, Rueben. You're kind of getting the rat poison has been a theme today amongst your teammates, and you kind of have the double dose of it. You are, of course, prominent in the Heisman conversation, and you guys are 5-0, and everybody's saying great things about you. How comfortable or uncomfortable does any of that make you?
Honestly, I really don't care about it. I'm just here to play football. At the end of the day, I feel like everything's a fluke. Like everybody see me after the games, I still be mad and stuff. So I always feel like there's room for improvement. Really ain't getting into the awards and things like that. I'm just trying to play football and help my team win.
Is there a way that you block it all out, or does it, even if it gets to you, does it just not affect you?
Sometimes it can get to you, but I just look back on it and I just kind of say F it to all of it and just play football at the end of the day. Because I know what the bigger picture is for us to really win. And if I continue to win, continue to play how I play, then that's when all the awards and all the hoorah stuff come in.
Thank you.
All right, Luke, we'll go to you and then Adam.
Hey, Ruben, how you doing, man?
Good to you.
Good. So from playing Louisville these past couple of seasons, just what are some of the elements of the offense and just things that you've kind of picked up on these past couple of years that I guess separates or sets Louisville's offense apart from some of the other offenses you faced?
That they're very talented and skilled, and it's a veteran program. A lot of guys that we played or that they have right now, they are very experienced players. I think that's a fully senior O-line, if I'm not mistaken. And it's been like that the past couple of years since we've been playing them. A lot of veteran guys on front and the backfield, on the outskirts of the offense. And then the coach knows what he's doing. You know how to use his players to the best abilities and what to get out of them. So it's a really skilled program, a really experienced program.
All right, Adam, we'll go to you, and then Luca, you're next.
Whoops, I also forgot to unmute. Sorry about that. But Ruben, did you know Isaac Brown, obviously being a South Florida kid from Homestead, did you know him growing up?
Well, no, not really, because it's just so far away. Homestead, like an hour from me, and it's still in Miami, so it's just so far away. I never really got the chance to cross paths with him.
Gotcha. I was just curious. And then also, Jacoby Thomas came in and talked to us after the FSU game, and he said one of the things that stood out was that no one was really happy in the locker room after that win. Like you guys thought you could have done better. Do you think that that attitude has kind of changed maybe from last year? Like have things changed in terms of just like focus and making sure you guys don't get complacent?
Yeah, that was even very vocal today in practice that we can't get comfortable where we at. We don't really settle for less, can't get comfortable just winning. We got to be happy with dominating. Playing a full game, that's been a real focus all week, playing full 4 quarters, not just 3, or not just 2, or not just 1. Not settling for less and playing football the way we're supposed to play.
All right, Luca, we'll go to you, and then Jordan.
Hey, Ruben, how you doing, man?
Good to you.
I'm good. Just wanted to ask you about Louisville's a team that's been throwing the ball at a high clip this year. And what does that mean for a pass rusher like you? You know that, Moss is one of those guys that likes to drop back a ton during his game plan.
Well, it just means that we get a chance to trust in our coaches, pin our ears back and just let Coach Heatherman do what he do, and play the way that he wants us to play. It's a good opportunity for us, a good opportunity for them. And whatever Coach Heatherman call, we're going to run.
All right, Jordan, we'll go to you, and then Luke will go back to you.
Yeah, hey, Ruben, 2 questions for you. First off, you mentioned at the top that there's still room for improvement in your game. Where specifically are you looking to improve?
Well, just being on the last game, just being more conditioned. No matter how many snaps I play, I want to play at my best at all times. And just being better at my finishing. I feel like I'm getting to plays a lot in the first half. The first half of the play, the most the actually time to actually finish on the play, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. So just improving in that aspect.
And then we talked with Akeem a little bit earlier, and he talked to us about just the trash talk between the two of you, the friendly competition between you guys on game day. Just how important is that to have that with him, and just how much has that basically brought out the best of both of you so far this season?
That's very important, and it brings out a lot. We trash talk each other at all times, just telling each other it's a race to the quarterback. I don't think he beat me yet, so it's been a good opportunity, a good challenge for us because we do it every day in practice, and when we do it in the practice, same thing translates to the game.
All right, Luke, you wrap us up.
Hey again, Ruben. So I understand you didn't really cross paths much with Isaac Brown growing up, but did you ever, when you were at Central, did you ever play against Isaac when he was at Homestead?
We never really played. I think the furthest team I played was South Riz, but I definitely seen them play. Because when Holmes, I think they was in a different division. I think they was like 4A, something like that, or 7A. But I definitely seen him play. And he's a hell of a player. He's fast. I got to see him last year. He's fast. He's quick. And he's tougher than he looked. He got a small body, but he know how to use it as SV 6'3", 6'4". So he's a great player all around.
So looking at like the Louisville offensive line, statistically, they look like they've struggled a bit this year. Just what do you see from them on film? Like, what stands out to you about them?
Well, they're an experienced group, so I'm expecting smart O-line, a smart. I know that they can play together, um, but they're a team who likes to throw the ball, so I'm ready to get after it.
And then, obviously right now the D line's a pretty veteran group, at least along, the ones right now. Ruben's been around for a couple of years. Justin Scott's been here 2 years. David Blake's been around a while. What have you seen from some of the younger guys who've gotten some playing time? Guys like Marquise and Armando and a few other guys. How have they kind of grown and developed over the course of the last couple months?
They're learning. They're learning what to do and what not to do based off what we call. Every call limits what you can do. But they're just learning football IQ, football knowledge, and they're growing. You can see them grow.
All right, Jordan, we'll go to you and then Luke.
Hey there, Akeem. Just with Louisville in general, the last couple years been very close matchups, been very shootout, offense heavy. Just what have you taken away from this matchup and what it takes to compete against a team like this?
Well, I know that they're a very explosive team. Every time we play them, it's always a close game. I think they have the most explosive plays in the country, I think, or plays past 10 yards. But I'm expecting what's the word I'm trying to look for? A disciplined team. A disciplined team who plays hard, but we're just gonna get after it.
And then curious your thoughts on Motori and West, just how they've handled everything as the main two linebackers, and in terms of the communication aspect with them between them and you guys, them in the back end, just how they've been able to help with getting the defense where it needs to be.
I think they're doing a great job communicating. Wes, Mo, and Popo, they're doing a great job communicating. They're in and out the building every day. Extra meeting time with Coach Heatherman. They're doing everything they can to be able to know what to do and play fast and help us play fast. So I think they're doing a great job.
All right, Luke, we'll go to you.
Hey, Akeem, how you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. So I'm curious. I mean, there's been so much outside external noise, just regarding the performance and of the D line and how well, your unit has performed this year. Just what job have you and Ruben and the rest of the D line done to, keep the focus internal and I guess block out all that praise and not let it, get to your heads?
I know that there's still a lot I can get better at. And even Ruben knows that. Ahmad, Blay, blocking out the media is just things that I don't know how everybody else does it, but individually, I ignore it because even though I get this praise, I know there's still a lot of money I left out on the field. And then when it comes to inside the building, me and Ruben talk trash to each other, humble each other. There's a lot that goes on that I can't speak about too much, but Yeah, we just keep each other humble.
All right, Jordan, we'll go back to you.
Hey, Keem, is there any of the trash talk you can speak about?
It's just calling each other trash. I'll get the quarterback before you. Ruben always tells me I can't bend the corner like him. Tell him I bet I can. I show him I can. Just a little friendly trash talk, a little bit of it.
And then also just wanted to ask, we've talked for the last couple years about iron sharpening iron between the defensive line and the offensive line, but just going against that offensive line that you have at practice every day, how much does that help you guys? And have you faced an offensive line better than the one that you guys face at practice every day this year?
I have not faced the offensive line better than the one that we have. And having them and going against them means everything because it's the most competitive reps I'll get. It's the best quality reps I'll get. And it prepares me for Friday, Saturdays. Those are the best. That's the best look I'll get all season, I believe. So it means everything to me.
All right, Andrea, you wrap us up.
Akheem, thanks for doing this. Is there any friendly trash talk about seeing Ruben's name among possible Heisman contenders, as has happened here over the last couple of weeks?
A little bit, not too much.
Well, what are your thoughts on kind of seeing his name elevated on some of these lists about maybe potentially Heisman?
I love it, man. I love it. Keep working. And it pushes me, I'm trying to do better too.
Well, you got to get your name up there on that list too. So, right?
Yeah, in due time, in due time.